¿Hablas inglés como Tarzán? No más. Con el método shadowing, tú repites, yo repito, y nadie se duerme. Es como karaoke en inglés, pero sin cantar mal. Bueno, casi. Entrena tu oído, tu boca y hasta tu autoestima. Suscríbete. Repite conmigo y sorprende hasta al perro del vecino. ¡Comencemos! When I was a little girl, my brother and I planted a tree behind our house. It was a simple act, guided by our father's hands and our mother's laughter. We dug into the earth with our tiny shovels and placed the seedling gently. He named it Hope, while I thought Promise fit better. We laughed and decided it would carry both names. Every morning we'd check on it before school. We'd water it, talk to it, and sometimes sing little songs. We believed the tree could hear us and was growing faster because of our love. My brother said it would protect us one day. I believed him, because he always seemed to know things. Years passed and we grew taller as the tree did. Its trunk thickened, branches stretched to the sky. Every spring, it bloomed with soft pink flowers. We'd sit under it during summer and share our dreams. He wanted to be a pilot. I wanted to be an artist. Then life changed in ways I never imagined. My brother got sick when we were just teenagers. He stopped going to school and stayed in bed for days. I remember his pale smile as I read him stories. He still asked about the tree and how it was doing. One afternoon, I ran to the tree and sat beneath it alone. I told it my brother was tired and needed help. I cried into the soil, begging it to grow faster, stronger. Maybe it could give him strength, I thought. I didn't know what else to do. The day he passed away, the world felt quiet. Even the tree seemed still, as if mourning. No birds sang in its branches that morning. I sat beneath it, clutching one of his books. The wind whispered like his voice, in my ear. For years after that, I couldn't go near the tree. It hurt too much to remember him there. I'd glance at it from the kitchen window sometimes. It grew tall, almost majestic, untouched by time. But my heart wasn't ready to face it. On the 10th anniversary of his passing, I went back. The tree towered above me, strong and full of life. Its flowers had returned, delicate and pale pink. I brought a pocket knife and traced our names in the bark. A small act, but it felt like something sacred. I sat on the grass beneath it and whispered his name. The wind moved through the leaves, soft and gentle. It felt like fingers brushing my hair, like his old teasing. I closed my eyes and let the breeze carry my memories. That day I smiled for the first time in years. Each spring after that I returned without fail. The blossoms reminded me of his jokes and laughter. It became my quiet place, my healing ground. Sometimes I brought a book, other times just my thoughts. The tree always welcomed me like an old friend. I started painting again after many years. My first canvas was of the tree in bloom. It wasn't perfect, but it was honest. I placed the painting in my hallway at home. It reminded me of love, loss, and connection. One summer, I brought my own daughter to the tree. She asked who the names belonged to in the bark. I told her it was me and her uncle, long ago. She placed her hand on the trunk and smiled. "I can feel him," she whispered, "and so could I." Seasons changed, and so did my life. But the tree never stopped growing. It stood through storms, droughts, and time. Even when I felt lost, it stayed steady, a living reminder of everything I once shared. I began leaving notes in the branches, tiny letters to my brother, full of thoughts, sometimes apologies, sometimes memories. It felt silly at first, but comforting. The tree held every word without judgment. I think he hears me, somehow, some way. Not with ears, but with something deeper. Perhaps through the wind or the bloom of flowers. Maybe grief becomes softer when we share it. The tree lets me speak what I can't say aloud. I once brought my mother to sit with me. She hadn't seen the tree in over a decade. When she touched it, she cried quietly. "I remember planting this," she whispered. We sat in silence, wrapped in shared memory. The tree became a gathering place. Family picnics, quiet afternoons, reading hours. My daughter climbed its branches like we once did. She carved her initials beneath ours. A new generation woven into the bark. Sometimes I wonder what the tree remembers. Does it know of the love, the pain, the joy? Can it feel the presence of each visitor? I like to think it does, somehow. It has become more than wood and leaves. Planted flowers around its base one year. Violets and forget-me-nots, soft and delicate. They thrived in the tree's shade and care. It felt like decorating a home, a monument, something beautiful for someone I still loved. One winter, a storm nearly uprooted it. I held my breath as the wind howled. In the morning, the tree still stood, branches torn but roots deep and strong, like the love it symbolized, weathered but whole. On my brother's birthday, I still visit. I bring 2 slices of cake and sit a while, one for me, one for him. It's my quiet tradition, a gentle ritual. The wind always picks up as I arrive. The neighbors call it Anna's tree now, but I always correct them. "It's ours," I say. They smile, not knowing the full story. That's okay. Not everything needs to be explained. Some things are better felt than told. The tree has heard my laughter, my cries, my silence. It has witnessed my youth and my aging. Its branches stretch wider each year. I see in it all the moments we lost and found. And I am grateful. I once thought pain would never leave me, but time and the tree taught me otherwise. Grief doesn't disappear. It transforms. It becomes part of your roots. And one day, it blooms again. I placed a small bench beneath its canopy. It's not fancy, but it's full of meaning. Visitors sometimes rest there unknowingly. I like that they share in its peace, even without knowing why. I wrote a letter to my brother recently, folded it carefully and buried it by the trunk. It said, "Thank you for the promise." Because that's what this tree has become, a promise kept through the years, Each blossom is a word we never said. Each leaf a memory I never lost. Each breeze a moment relived in quiet joy. He's not gone when I'm here. He lives in petals, branches, roots, and sky. And every spring, without fail, it blooms. Just like the first time, but deeper now. As if whispering, I'm still here. And I smile, place my hand on the bark, and whisper back, so am I.